Hey, this is Lance with 20-Sided Night.
And I'm Evan.
And today we're going over the Alien Archive 3 for Starfinder from Paizo Games. You can pick up your copy by going to Paizo's website and either buying the PDF for like $10 and you can have it through multiple devices, or you can buy the physical copy from either Paizo's website, Amazon, or Haster Games on State Street, or Haster Games website. Go to Haster Games, it's a great store.
Yeah.
Please. A little about the Alien Archive 3. It does kind of stand out kind of nice from the other Alien Archives, where this one seems to be where things start getting real weird.
Yeah, but weird in a good way, where like the Alien Archive 1, understandably, it's gonna have more just like the meat and potatoes, like your basic monsters and bad guys, where they got some cool stuff, but it's mostly just sort of standard foes. And the Alien Archive 2, it got a little rascally, where it's like, oh man, that's spooky. But the Alien Archive 3, that's where it gets really weird, but in a good way.
Yeah, there's not a bunch of just like humanoid creatures with a couple of tentacles on their face, or a guy
like
with a couple of extra eyes. Yeah, you're not really just like a Rodian in this book or anything like that. It's kind of like a guy in a costume. You'll get things like the Xenoseeker, which is basically a Squidbilly. You'll get a lot of things like the drift monsters, which just look like a bunch of shapes and colors. The Xenoseeker is something that really stood out for me. I think it's on page 48-ish in the Alien Archive 3, and it has a lot going on with it. It's from Invest 2, which I like that because a lot of the monsters here, they tie in nice with the newest book that's coming out. I think it's the operations manual that's going to be talking about the Vesk a lot, and it's going to have a lot of lore about that. And so open up the planets a lot that make up that system. It's going to be like a game based in there. It's going to be really good. It'll tie into that. We'll have to update our Vesk video, like here somewhere. Watch our Vesk video.
Yeah, if you're watching the future.
Yeah, we'll also have to remake the Vesk video. But I like it. I like them a lot. They do have a lot of weird and funky things to them. Like when they're ready to have babies, they'll slather themselves in sex goo, which they want to do. But then they'll also expand 20 feet, somehow float into the air, land in the ocean, explode, and then die. Which I've only seen 2 ladies do that. So they have a whole species that does that, which is insane.
Yeah, but then once the Vesk showed up, because they were in their Iron Age when the Vesk showed up, so it was like just a bunch of guys throwing like spears and rocks at like a capital ship, and they're trying like boom, boom, and they're like, okay, we'll be cool, just stop being mad at us, God.
And then after that, they sort of calmed down a little bit and stopped exploding into the sea. Now they rub their sex goo on some eggs, and then it's not as cool, but
they still can if they want to be extra about it, but
I'm hoping that some do still Allahu Akbar just to
have babies.
Yeah, to celebrate them having a baby. Like they have the baby in like the incubation chamber.
That's like the craziest gender reveal ever. What are the genders of the baby's gonna be?
Yeah, they fill themselves with either pink or blue slime or whatever
it's
slime.
Be a combination, so they just chug both.
Yeah,
it's like a weird purple slime,
and it just explodes. Like, well, I guess she does have to clean up after, but Jesus. Or like Squid Jesus. But I think that's kind of cool how they have races with the insane and totally different both reproductive cycles and also like societal structure. It's also cool how the Vesk showed up in different stages of different creatures technological advancement. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Skittermanders, where they just sort of they're like, hey, so we're just doing Skittermander stuff. We're all little cutie pies. But then also they're also expanding during like on other things, like with the Skittermanders. There's like mean Skittermanders where it's like, yeah, so on the planet a long time ago there was like good, like there's like the Skittermander that are on the planet that wasn't totally messed up, and the other one was just like atomic annihilation, basically, where they're basically like feral, big, mean Skittermanders, where it looks like they're real tall, they all went to the gym, and they're all ready for blood.
Yeah, so things that we're not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these big wolf Skittermanders, they probably gave a Vesk a little bit more run for their money, but still at the end of the day, Vesk, and they conquered them as well. But it is cool to see just how much they're going into here with that.
Yeah, I feel like with a lot of I feel like they did a little better job where they're talking about like the background of a creature, where it's like, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff like the Hanahan, which is like the they're like magic raptors that you can play as. And also another thing is I really like how I feel like there's a lot more races where it shows, hey, so if you want to be this, and also they're better. Like I know there's like wolf guys where it's like, oh man, do you want to be just like a standard furry? Do this, but
you standard run-of-the-mill furry.
It's like what do you do? I don't know, you can howl and you can disappoint your parents, or other. But it's like so the hand-to-hand they're magic raptors. It's not illegal to have technology, but like if one of them was like using one of their communicators to like I don't know go to Instagram or whatever, they'd be looked at like if any other creature in the pack world is using necromancy, like
outside of Eox.
Yeah, like they were walking around Absalom Station, their dog got hit, and they're like, "Oh man, Sparky, well, Eox, and then their dog like just risen back to the undead. They'd be like, "Oh, listen, you're not invited to the work social anymore because no to that."
Yeah, they seem like a lot of them. They're Amish, but they also do pack heat because. Who doesn't want a gun? But it's also very Amish.
Yeah, or it seems like there's crazier creatures. Like there's those weird like Mr. Meeseeks guy, which are like psychically two things bonded, and you're forced to multi-class, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I like that one. They just look like yellow guys. Or Scoobert Doobert, what page is he on? Page 28?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
It's the Dromata on page 28. They have a lot of funky special abilities. Some are not that great for them, but fun to roleplay. Like they have a special weakness where they're super savory. Do you want to talk about how they're savory?
Yeah, so basically if a creature attacks them with a bite attack, the next bite attack that's made against them with that same creature, they'll get a -2 to their AC because they're just so gosh darn delicious. It'd be like if, I don't know, Lance or I were fighting some guy and we had to end up biting him for some reason or another, but instead of tasting like a gross person, they taste like a delicious cheeseburger. You bet your ass we're gonna just start biting them more often.
Or like a delicious person.
Yeah, and it lasts for a week, so it's like the whole week, like if one of them gets bitten by a wolf, the whole week that wolf's like,
You were so good. They have to worry about that wolf knocking on their window like, come back.
Listen, I'm hungry.
It makes almost every fight against them a fight to the death against most beasts. I don't know how they evolved as a species.
Don't get bit.
Yeah.
Or they just find like bit things to cover themselves in. But yeah, and also
they just cover themselves in excrement or vomit just to get rid of that delicious taste. But then they also are covered with the delicious taste of excrement and vomit. It's a real loose situation to be one of those guys. It's a miracle that they survived.
Yeah, and also it feels like there's a lot better items, like how they did it in the Alien Archives 1 and 2, where it's like, hey, so if you beat up this space goblin, or if you beat up the Crest Eater, what can you do or get with it? It shows
you can make a gauntlet out of the Crest Eater's skin or something like that.
Yeah, just because, what murder hobo isn't going to kill a monster and be like, what are you going to do? It's a monster, it's naked, doesn't have anything. I'm going to take its bones. So finally, it's something, so the DM isn't just like, okay, so yeah, you killed an ogre, and now you have it. You got its bones. Now it's like, so you can use that to do something, or like with things that are even like crazier, like living holograms, where basically it's like the EMH doctor from Star Trek Voyager, where they left him on for too long and now he's sentient, and you can do things like you can use some of their holo emitters to make basically like hand wraps, so you can beat up other holograms or ghosts.
Yeah, in case you're not just that big,
just like, yo, ghost.
In case you're not just that big gym bro who decides to cover his hands in holy water and fight ghosts.
Like that 4chan story where he got through having a haunted house by just turning his bro up to like a 12.
Well, now you can do that in Starfinder.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of funky things you can use crafting for. Like I think you can make something out of the troll hide, and they have a few different kinds of trolls, which is pretty cool. One thing that Starfinder did put in this one, which I thought it's nice they did, execution could have been a little bit better, was the creature companions, or basically animal companions in here. If you are able to, say you don't want to kill everybody, but say you decide to enslave whatever you're fighting.
Yeah, or if it's like, an example in the book is like, hey, so if you're raiding a lab where they're doing some like real, not like shampoo, it's like, yeah, we're gonna put shampoo in your eye, but like real bad, like, hey, so we're gonna see how much lava you can drink. Or for like a fire monster or something like that. Maybe you save that and it's like, oh man, I'm smart enough that you're helping me out. But what I really like is how straightforward and uncomplicated the rules are for having an animal companion.
Alright, so tell us how straightforward and not complicated they are.
Well,
what's your prize?
So one of the things about it is it is a little more balanced at first, where you have to take certain feats to get better at it, because it's like if you're just like shooting things, if you find a dog, you're not going to be too great at getting a dog to go fight and die for you. You have to train for it.
You don't have the inherent abilities of Michael Vick, where you can force dogs to fight and die for you. You have to take the creature companion feat multiple times and do it at different levels
to get better at them. Yeah. At first, it's kind of like you can basically have them move, and that doesn't cost anything. But to have them take an action, like to bite something or use one of their weird animal abilities, it's going to cost your action, which is good at first, because you're not just getting like an extra party member, like how the mechanic.
It's good for GM, because at the first feat level you get it helps a lot with action economy, and then it helps the players out later on. The more they take the feat, they can do things like, well, the creature can do a standard action, or it's other actions they can take, as you taking your move action, or as you sacrificing, I think, a swift action and
or something else.
Yeah, where it gets better later on, to also kind of signify that you are better at controlling animals, or if you're channeling again your inner Michael Vick to force these poor sweet animals to engage in blood sport. Peter, I'm not sure why you're not attacking Michael Vick and you are deciding to go after people like Steve Irwin. You're making the wrong enemies.
Well, and also one other thing I liked is for balance reasons, one of the things they did is that you can only have one animal companion at a time, so you can't just be like, listen, I'm going to go to this someone who's selling, I don't know, like war dogs for some reason.
Michael Vick.
Yeah, and then just buy like 30 of them, and then they just be like, go, and then just have like a swarm of dogs or like rats or whatever. You can't just do it as an animal companion. Maybe it's something you could do as a Xenodruid, but that's neither here nor there.
That's up to your GM. One thing you can do if you do want to sort of, munchkin things, I guess is a way to put it, is you can be a mechanic drone and then have an animal companion, but that's sacking out a few feats and a whole class to do that, so it's really still not that bad.
Yeah, and one other thing I like about it is it was kind of a nice touch, which I kind of appreciated, where it's how, what do you do if you want to dismiss or get rid of an animal companion? So let's say there's some space lab where you found like a space dire wolf or whatever, it's purple and it's got like a stalk instead of just regular eyes, and it keeps getting hurt because they don't have stamina points, and it keeps breaking your heart because it's your little dog, it's like a big, it's always little to you, but like those big dogs, you don't know that they're not lap dogs, but it keeps getting like shot and stabbed, and you're like, this is really breaking my heart every time we go into a firefight, and it goes like, because it got shot, and so you're like, come on, go be free, and you have to make a survival check to be like, all right, go be free, and it's still friendly for you for like X amount of years, but if you mess it up, you're basically like, I don't know how to end this, so I'm just gonna throw rocks at you until you run away from me and hate me, and then it becomes indifferent.
Yeah, that's how we got rid of Craig. That's why he doesn't show up for Grok Talk anymore. We just kind of threw rocks at him.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I did.
But what were we going to talk about?
You stupid fool. You fell off track, and now it's me blabbing at the camera. So, there are a lot of cool and extra bonus things that they put into this book that I like a lot. Overall, I'd say it's a good buy. It's a little bit too thin in some cases. Like, it seems like they could have mashed together the Alien Archive 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. Probably 3. Because if you'll compare this book to, say, a book like, the Monster Manual from D&D 5th edition, or closer to Paizo style, the Monster Manuals from
Pathfinder?
Yeah, Pathfinder, or the Bestiary from Pathfinder 2. Those are two big, beefy, meaty books, and these are all very slim. They're about as slim as, say, the Armory is, which ain't a lot. It seems like they're putting things out piecemeal, putting things like animal companions in one book, polymorph rules in another, things that really should have been in the core rulebook. So it's not all roses and fabulous creatures, which they got, but
yeah, I mean, it's more like
it's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a business thing where I don't know who's doing that. You're a real Jerkosaurus Rex, pardon my French, but
it got us 2 fat slubs to buy it though.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, I do like the creatures in this book. It's really well done. They do got some crazy things. You're talking about, like, it's not just like Star Trek aliens where it's like, hey, it's the guy, but he's got like leopard spots, or hey, it's a guy, but he's blue, yeah. Or he's got like that, like some weird fish things on his face. It's like, there's weird monsters. There's not just humanoids, and I really like the walrus people.
Yeah, and they have a lot of weird stuff, like the otter people who is everybody's freaking out and screaming and peeling their kids off for. So I do like how the much variety they have, but also they have a few things. It's just, hey, what if an otter were a man? So they do also throw in a bit of the funny, funky stuff in there too. They also cover the swarm quite a bit in this book.
Oh yeah, which I really did like, because they're always talking about hyping that up in the Alien. They're always hyping that up in the Starfinder core rulebook and under the Shireen, where it's like, yeah, basically they're part of the Zerg, and then decided to not be doing that no more. And then there's a big thing. It's like, are you gonna talk about it?
Nah,
maybe like a year or so.
So they finally put the swarm in this book. They're not low CR creatures at all, but if you want some CR, some low, like 1 through whatever CR creatures for swarm, you got some stream for that. Like some wild ones maybe. But the swarm, they start off, I think, challenge rating 11, which is high up, but that also sort of is a testament to why they're so spooky. Or if you see like a million CR 11 monsters coming at you.
Yeah, why made the Veskirium and the pack will say, hey, listen, we gotta just be cool for like 2 seconds, okay, dude? Because god damn.
Yeah, so I'm glad they made him like a really cool threat. They go into him a lot here. Overall, I really like this book. I hope you do too. Thanks again for watching 20 Sided Night, and bye for now.